How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy King Cap, and we're here with episode 4 review of Dragon Ball Daima. Now, before I begin, as always, definitely hit that subscribe button, like the video, leave a comment, let me know what you thought about the episode, and let's get into my review of episode 4. So right off the bat, the animation for this show just continues to impress me. We do get a little tiny fight scene at the beginning of the episode where there's some creature that attacks, Glorio, Supreme Kai, and Goku. And this is where we see that, Goku uses obviously his ki sensing to determine where the enemy is. And Glorio did not know that you could sense ki. So, some more character development, teaching people about their strengths and their weaknesses. So I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, this first sequence, we do also get to see Glorio, fight again as well. And the animation, the fluidity of the action scenes are just so nice. It's so different because with Z and Super, they try to make things so grand scale where you see like things getting punched through mountains and everything. And I definitely don't think the scale is as big as it usually is in Daima. At least at the moment. I'm sure things are going to definitely ramp up as we go deeper into the series, but it's nice to see a change of pace. Sometimes I'm watching this show and I forget that I'm watching Dragon Ball, but obviously I'm reminded by the art style, the comedic beats and everything, but it's just a very different show. And the animation really reflects how different this is, because I don't think Dragon Ball's ever looked this good. Definitely the Buu saga in Z looked incredible, but man, just some of the animation in this show is just easily the most breathtaking thing I've seen in 2024 in terms of animation. So we're continuing where we left off. Their plane got stolen from those those bandits at the bar, so they need to find a new way to travel, and Glorio brings them to the shop where he thinks that he might be able to get a new vehicle. Now, what we do see here is we pretty much see this realm's replacements for some key aspects that we have in the normal Earth realm, and they're these med bugs. So we learn of a revive bug, which is literally a senzu bean. Then they have ones that treat burns. They have ones that treat different injuries. And then we see one that actually allows people to fuse. That is crazy. So we have a new form of fusion that's not seen before, and you have to eat these little bugs, and now you're able to fuse. In terms of the details, we obviously don't know if there's like a time limit or if there's any prerequisites that have to be made first, but this is definitely foreshadowing that we're going to get some sort of fusion. I don't know if it's going to be a new fusion with Goku and Vegeta. I don't know if it's going to be a fusion with like Glorio and someone, or maybe the villains might use it. We don't know yet, but they're planting those seeds, and they end up buying a bunch of these bugs, which for a fact are going to come in handy, especially the revive one that is literally a senzu bean, which Goku actually does bring up when he is told what these bugs do. But I like how they're really showing this like dystopian world, because again, Glorio is trying to buy a ship. They have something called a sky seed, and it's pretty much like a vehicle that launches you in the air. The old man's pretending that he is deaf, that's selling it to them, and that he can sell it to them for 8,000. But then when Glorio denies it, he says 5,000, and it kind of shows that he is able to hear clearly. I just like how they're just showing that like everyone's doing everything they can to survive in this world. There's a lot of repressed people, and I just think it's kind of cool. Like I said, we don't see this in Dragon Ball. Like, we never see this. I think the closest thing we saw is the future timeline, and they weren't being ruled by like a evil king. They were being just destroyed by androids or by Goku Black or Zamasu. So it's definitely a cool environment that they're pushing in the show so far, and it's interesting. So they go on this what looks like a broom, and they get launched into the air, and they're going at like crazy speeds. Goku's having the time of his life. Supreme Kai's freaking out. Glorio's just chilling like as he always is. And they have to jump off before it hits the ground. So this is like a very unsafe vehicle. But they use that to get closer to the destination they want to do. And this is where they come up with a plan, because we're told about the Tamagamis, I believe their name is, and how each of them in each world holds a Dragon Ball. So there's 3 Dragon Balls in this realm, which is interesting. We've seen 7 obviously on Earth, 7 in Namek. In the Super manga on Planet Serial, they have 2, I believe. So it's interesting. But now we have 3 in this realm, so it's they're definitely expanding, and we then come up with a game plan. We see that Supreme Kai wants to save Dende, as does everybody, but Goku learns of these Tamagamis and he wants to fight them, as Goku normally is, and they come up with a plan to beat the Tamagamis because they're apparently very strong, get each Dragon Ball, make a wish to save Dende, and then bring the Earth's dragon to wish them all back to being grown-ups. This way everyone's happy. Dende gets saved, and Goku gets to, fight, which is what he lives for, right? So at least now we're really setting the plot up of like, this is the end goal, this is what we want to do, because we knew what they wanted to do, but I don't think the characters knew exactly what the plan was, but now they do. So it's good that they're progressing the plot that way, in my opinion. But after that, they go to some town. They see that the new military is upping the offerings, and it's really interesting that if you can't pay the 3 gold coins for the offerings that they ask for, then they can suck your life away with some machine. Don't think it's like kind of like Cell in a way, except like these are actually stealing your life years. So if you miss 1 coin, then you have to give up 3 years, 2 coins, 6 years, etc. And as per usual, Goku's watching and everyone's watching, and Goku's about to step in because this old man says that if he gets 3 coins, so 9 years taken from him, he'll most likely die. So Goku's about to step in, but then we see this little girl with a mask. Now, right away we knew who it was. This is definitely the girl character that's been advertised and also is in the ending credits and also the opening credits. So we knew who this was, but this is our first time actually seeing her in the show, and she's hiding her identity. She tries to throw a grenade, but it's a dud, and then she runs from all these military people and zaps one of them. But then she gets caught and she's about to get hit, and that's when Goku comes, swipes everyone's legs with his power pole, and starts fighting everybody. And this is a really, really, really cool action scene. Again, the fluidity of these action scenes are crazy, and like this is episode 4. I can't even imagine when we're like episode 30 or however many episodes are going to be, what kind of fight scenes we're seeing. So great choreography, great angles. The punches are very, very like hard hitting sounding, which I love. And I'm just waiting for there to be like a challenge fight, because so far we've only really seen 2 fights. I mean, we saw Goku and Vegeta have like a boxing fight earlier in the first episode, but that doesn't really count. But now we're actually seeing like randoms fighting Goku, and I'm just waiting for him to have like a challenge, so hopefully we're gonna get that soon. And I think that the next episode is planting the seed for like an enemy that's gonna be more than just fodder. But yeah, I think that this episode had some great scenes, and then now Goku's a fugitive, so this is gonna further push the plot, because now they're trying to get the Tamagamis. They're trying to avoid the military. So I think now is when they're actually going to have the real plot kicking in. We're done with the introductions, and of course we're still going to have character lore and world building and all that stuff. It's still sprinkled in there, but now they can truly push the story forward, and I'm all for it. And the girl reveals her face, and again, we knew who this character was. I believe her name is Pansy. I can't remember her name, but we'll definitely confirm that next week. But yeah, that's where the episode ends, and again we see a brief clip of the future episode. Looks like more action is going to be in episode 5, and then they show this like the shadow of this one large looking guy. I'm thinking he's going to be a pretty big enemy. Maybe this is the first time that Goku will have to turn Super Saiyan and fight someone. We don't know. We'll definitely see next week. I do miss how in Z and Super, how they gave you like a solid 30-second to 1 minute preview of the next episode. Here we just get like a couple of like jumpy clips, and then it's the end. I wish we did get more of a preview, but I like having the mystery of not knowing what to expect. So I did expect there to be a fight this episode, but I didn't expect the Sky Seed and all these other things. So it's nice to go in blindly. But yeah, I think this is a great episode in terms of like Other than the first episode, I think this is the best episode. Definitely better than episode 2, definitely better than episode 3. So the show is getting good. So that's all we can ask for. I mean, we're only 4 episodes in, now soon to be 5. I'm excited to see what happens, and I hope that this big guy that they show at the end of the preview is gonna, pose some sort of threat to our heroes. That's gonna do it here, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. Thank you for sticking with us while we do this weekly breakdown and review of the episode. I think the show continues to be great. I'm very interested to see what's going on with this fusion bug thing, and I think that we're either gonna get a young Vegeta or Gogeta, or we're gonna get a whole new fusion later in the show. So I'm for it. It's sick. As you can tell with the figures that you've seen in my previous videos, whatever it is, you bet your ass I'm gonna get a figure of it. So yeah, just bring it all in. I'm down. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you like what you see, definitely subscribe. We will be releasing another review next week, probably on Sonic X Shadow Generations. Definitely just dropped my Call of Duty Black Ops 6 review a couple days ago, or yesterday, so definitely go check out that video. I'll leave a description in the description below, and I'll also leave the link to my previous reviews for the show. I'll do the last 2 episodes. I'm not gonna put all 3 down there. So yeah, you're in the right place. If you want to see more, hit that like, hit the subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.